Hello, it's Brainify. Here we are for one more video. This time we will speak about traveling during coronavirus pandemic. Have you ever thought of traveling during this pandemic that we are going through? If yes, then you should watch this video until the end, because we'll be giving you some advices and tips for your safety. Please be aware that we are not influencing you to travel or to stop you from traveling. It's your own decision. There are risks on traveling and the decision is only up to you. The maximum we can do is giving you advices for your safety during your travel. Make your decision. Before you book your travel, make sure to think. There is no way to make travel 100% safe because there will be some risks. But there are ways to make it safer. To make your decision, you can base yourself on what occupational health experts call the system of control. This method does two things. It focuses on strategies to control exposures close to the source. Second, it minimizes how much you have to depend on individual human behavior to control exposure. It's important to remember you may be infectious and everyone around you may also be infectious. We cannot eliminate this coronavirus, so ask yourself if you can eliminate the trip. Think extra hard if you are older or have pre-existing conditions, or if you are going to visit someone in that position. If you are healthy and those you visit are healthy, and your final decision is to travel, then make sure to follow all the safety tips and advices and follow the countries and government laws. Test yourself. The first thing that you should do is get yourself tested for the virus to make sure that you are not a carrier. Anyone showing mild signs or illness and is unable to provide a report showing that he isn't infected can travel. If you are waiting for the results of the test, then you shouldn't be traveling. Also, if your test results for COVID-19 came positive and you recovered from that condition, even though you are not in line with the traveling requirements. Make sure that you have all the necessary paperwork to prove these things to avoid any trouble while traveling. Most international airports are conducting temperature checks for arriving, departing, and transiting passengers, so there is a chance that you could be denied boarding for having a fever and related to COVID-19. So protect yourself and other travelers by not flying when you are sick. Make a checklist. Like always, when you travel, there are few items that you should carry with you. And now during this pandemic, there are some other important items you should not forget. Your list should include a hand sanitizer with more than 60% alcohol content, disinfectant wipes, tissues, gloves, and a face mask. Also, bring plastic zip bags for personal items that others may handle, such as your ID or passport. Bring extra bags so you can put these things in a new bag after you get the chance to disinfect them. All the items mentioned can help you maintain a certain level of hygiene. Sanitize your surroundings. Bring hand wipes so while you are taking your seat, you will be able to disinfect surfaces around you, such as your seat belt, the back of the seat in front of you, the seat flap, the tray table, the armrest, and all the surfaces where infectious respiratory droplets can remain alive, and also your personal belongings like your passport. Be sure to allow the surface to remain wet for the time it takes for the disinfectant to work, which is usually mentioned on the box, and not use wipes on the soft surfaces, since it would leave an uncomfortable wet seat and spread the germs out further. Don't drink water. This one advice looks really complex since it's about water and, well, our body needs water, right? But it's really simple. The water from airplane water tanks is not always clean, so drinking tea or coffee, which usually made from this water and not bottled water, might not be a good idea, so try to get a bottled water for you to drink during your travel. Minimize human contact. We are in a century that most things can be done using technology already, so wherever possible try to rely on technology and automation. Get your boarding pass from the machine and sanitize your hands afterwards, or you can even do your check-in online if your airline have that option. In terms of food and airport shops, try to not touch common surfaces, maintain the recommended social distance from the people, and try to pay using contactless options. It's important to be careful when using devices or touching surfaces that others have used to, such as the ATMs, check-in machines, escalators, and similars. Always sanitize your hands whenever you touch any of these surfaces and be careful to not touch your face. Check local restrictions. Travel and other restrictions can be different from country to country. Avoid unpleasant surprises and delays by checking the restriction at your destination and anywhere you might stop along the way. Local health department websites are your best resource. Keep in mind that restrictions can change rapidly depending on local conditions, so make sure to always keep yourself updated and check their websites often as the travel date gets closer. While you're in the research mode, look up the visitor information and hours for businesses, restaurants, parks, and other places you may want to visit during your stay. Choose the window seat. While choosing your seat on a plane, as much as possible, always choose a seat near the window. The best way to avoid germs on a plane is to sit at a window seat and remain seated during the flight. Infected passengers will most likely not infect people sitting farther than 2 seats beside them or 1 or 2 rows in front or behind. Also, you will not have anyone climbing over you to use the bathroom or asking you to move in order to get their belongings. You will also be able to keep a bigger social distance near the windows. Remember the guidelines. You should always remember the guidelines issued to ensure your safety. You probably are tired of listening to them already, but it's something you shouldn't forget. Be sure to follow the guidelines of health departments and the local you will travel to. Don't forget to always wash your hands and sanitize your hands often. Use masks, keep social distance, avoid crowds, avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth, cover, cough and sneeze with your elbow. There are lots of people wanting to travel already, and remember, that decision is only up to you. In case your decision is to travel, then make sure to follow all the safety advices and tips. Also, make sure you follow all the laws of the local you go to. If you're at higher risk, it's recommended to avoid crowds, cruise travel, and non-essential air travel. If you must travel, talk with your doctor and ask about any additional precautions you may need to take. Don't forget, even the best plans may need to be set aside when illness strikes. If you feel sick before your planned travel, stay home, except to get medical care. Take care of yourself and of the others by making a proper decision. If you have any other tips or advices, then make sure to write it on the comments below. If this video was useful and helped you, then make sure to leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more coming content. See you next video.